What's happening, everyone? Steve here, Cars with Steve, and today I'm going to show you how to set up Android Auto and Apple CarPlay inside of the 2021 Ford F150 XL. So even though we're in the base truck, we still do have the ability to go wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, which is kind of neat. Let's dive into it, have a little bit of fun, and see how the process works. Next up, let's move into our phone settings. So connecting a phone is a very straightforward process. Now this aspect of it is going to work the same whether it's an Android or an iPhone. So what we're going to do is press Add Phone.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
And on your phone, all you're going to do is just make sure that your Bluetooth is turned on. So we're just going to go Bluetooth on, and let's jump into our Bluetooth settings. And we're going to give that a second. Oh, there we go. So you can see F150 is showing up. So we're just going to select that.
Confirm that the pin displayed on sync matches the pin displayed on your device.
Okay, so we're just going to make sure the pins match up, which they do. We're going to hit pair and then yes. And it's asking me, do I want to allow contacts and favorites to sync? Yeah, I want to do that. So we're just going to hit allow.
For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
Okay, so we are connected. Now, a few other things. Enable 911 assist. So I absolutely recommend turning that one on. And the big reason why is because if you're ever in an accident and the vehicle senses a collision, it's automatically going to dial 911 for us. So definitely recommend turn that one on. Just hit finish. And as you can see, I'm now fully connected there. Okay, so phone also supports Apple CarPlay. So one of the beautiful things about Sync 4 is that we're now on wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So on my phone, I've got another message that's come up that says use CarPlay with Sync 4. So yes, we want to do that. So we're just going to hit use CarPlay. And device supports Apple CarPlay, so we need to just make sure we enable that. And it's connecting now. And look at this. Look at this. I love the fact that it's so simple and that it's now wireless inside of this thing. So we don't need to worry about our USB cables anymore. Unless you're charging the phone up, you've got the ability to connect to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay directly through this middle screen. So as you can see, we are now fully connected. So we've got my phone, we've got my messages, and one of the nice things is that we've either got Apple Maps, Google Maps, or Waze that we can use directly through this middle screen. So just as an example, we can pull up Waze, and now instead of having to rely on factory navigation, we've got this actively going. Now, one of the cool things is that while we're connected, whether we're using Google Maps, Apple Maps, etc., we can still use the radio. So you've got the capability to still use the radio while you're using CarPlay, which is incredible. Now on the Apple side of things, we've got the ability to adjust a few things as well. So if we go into CarPlay settings, we've got my vehicle there, and we can customize some things. So if we go into our settings there, like let's say if you prefer to have, I don't know, maybe you prefer to use the Waze app. So we can just drag it and drop it to the top here, top of the list. Watch this, live updates. So you can tweak the sound, you can tweak the screen, you can kind of customize your layout. If there are certain things you're never going to use, like, oh, maybe you're never going to use podcasts, we can get rid of that, and it's just going to delete it from our screen there. Now, if we ever need to, it's still showing them along the bottom, so we can add it back in if we want to, or if you're playing around with it, you don't like what you've done, you can just hit reset, and that's going to reset it to your default factory layout for CarPlay. So really, really nice look there. Now, a couple of things to point out. As I mentioned, we've got music, we've got podcasts, audiobooks, and a number of other things that we can use directly through this middle screen. Now, if for whatever reason you need to make sure you're charging through a USB, all you're going to do is literally take your USB cable, plug it into any of the available ports, and you're set to go. But you don't need to be plugged in to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay anymore. Now, if for whatever reason we need to get back to the home screen, all we're going to do is press forward, and as you can see there, it's brought us back to that Sync 3 home screen, or Sync 4 home screen, I should say. We can kind of do a hot press in order to get into certain apps. Now, if for whatever reason we need to get rid of Apple CarPlay or disconnect our phone, we're just going to go into settings. We've got my phone list, and as you can see there, we've got my phone. So we're just going to click into it, and we've got a few things. So we've got Apple CarPlay that we can easily disable if we need to, and we've got some basic phone settings as well. So we've got my ringtone that we can set and a number of other things. Now, if for whatever reason we ever need to get rid of my phone, so if you want to disconnect it, you can press this garbage button along the top, and we can completely remove the phone from the vehicle. And that's going to be the basics of adding Apple CarPlay and setting up an iPhone inside of this F-150. Adding an Android device is essentially the exact same process. So what we're going to do is just make sure we're on our car's Bluetooth, or on our phone's Bluetooth. On the vehicle, we're just going to hit Add Phone.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
Okay, so same thing. We're just waiting for the F-150 to pop up there. Let's do a quick scan. Okay, perfect. F-150 is available, so we're just going to press the F-150 button there.
Confirm that the pin displayed on sync matches the pin displayed on your device.
Okay, and on my phone, it's making sure. So passkey is the same. So we're just going to hit OK on the phone and yes on that Sync 4 screen. Okay, boom, we're connected.
For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
Okay, so we're fully connected, which is great. Now it's also asking me if I want to allow access to my contacts. So yes, we're going to allow that. And now the vehicle also does support Android Auto, that's wireless. So same thing, we just have to make sure we hit enable and connecting to Android Auto on my phone. So allow contacts. Oh, perfect, look at this. So Android Auto would like to turn on Bluetooth in order to pair. We're just gonna hit next. And just like that, so we are now fully connected to Android Auto. So we've got Google Maps, we can hotkey press it down there. We've got our notification settings as well as our Google Assistant. Now pressing the button along the very bottom will bring a hotkey in order to pull up our maps. And as you can see there, we've got a number of different settings. So we can look at traffic, satellite, guidance, audio, and route options, and a number of other things. Pressing this button again will bring us right back to this middle screen instead. So same thing on the Apple side of things. If we ever need to get back to the original Sync 4 screen, we're just going to press the forward button. And then that's going to bring us back to this middle menu. And then same thing to relaunch into Android Auto, we're just going to press the button there. And we are now fully connected again, bringing us back to the home screen. Now, if we ever need to remove a phone from the vehicle, whether it's an Android device or an Apple device, it's very straightforward. So we are, as of right now, connected. So if we go back to our sync button there, and we're just going to hit settings, and from there we've got our phone list, and as you can see there, we've got my iPhone that I connected earlier, and we've got the Galaxy device that's now currently connected. So same thing, we can either toggle off Android Auto, so if we want to be charged up or if we want to be connected without using Android Auto, we can easily disable it, or we can just press the trash button in the top right, and we can completely remove this phone from the vehicle. As you can see there, we go back to our phone list again, and the Galaxy is now disconnected. It's really that simple. Super straightforward process, right? Like there's really not much to it. But if you ran into any problems, drop down in the comment section below, and I'm more than willing and welcome to talk you through any problems that you might be having. So if you enjoyed the content, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and until I see you next time, make sure you stay safe.